Your manager walks out, clipboard in hand, smug look on his face. He has a plan. The formation? A 3-4-2-1. And somehow this was a professional decision. Let's break this down, because someone has to. A 3-4-2-1 means 3 center backs, 4 midfielders, 2 attacking mids, and 1 striker. On paper, it sounds like controlled chaos with a tactical philosophy. In reality, it looks like 11 people who got lost on the way to the car park and just sort of stopped. Your left wingback is defending, your right wingback is also defending. Both of them, at the same time. So who's attacking down the flanks? Great question. Nobody. Nobody is attacking down the flanks. Your 2 number 10s are standing in the same spot. They keep making eye contact. Neither of them wants to be the one to ask what they're supposed to be doing. So they just drift. Left a bit, right a bit, back a bit. Nowhere useful. And your striker? He hasn't touched the ball since the anthem. He's been offside 3 times standing still. He's basically a very expensive orange cone at this point. This is what happens when a manager watches too much Serie A at 2 a.m., takes notes in a leather-bound journal, and mistakes complexity for intelligence. Now, in fairness, and we will be briefly fair before going back to being merciless, the 3-4-2-1 is not a ridiculous formation by itself. Antonio Conte used it. Conte won things with it. The difference is Conte's wingbacks could run, both ways, fast. And his midfielders knew which zone they owned. And his striker pressed like his visa depended on it. Your team's version has a wingback who checks his laces before sprinting and arrives 3 seconds after the ball has moved on. And a midfielder who has played the same sideways pass 17 times in 40 minutes because he has not been told he's allowed to go forward. Nobody told him he's allowed to go forward. There is a real tactical concept here. The 3-4-2-1 is designed to overload the central areas. You pack the middle, you force the opposition wide, and then you defend those wide areas with your wingbacks who have tracked back. Meanwhile, your 2 10s are supposed to operate in the half spaces. Those dangerous zones between the lines where defenders can't decide who picks them up. The half spaces, not the same space. 2 different half spaces, 1 each. Your manager drew it on a whiteboard with arrows. It looked brilliant. The problem is an arrow on a whiteboard does not get tired. An arrow on a whiteboard does not lose its marker at minute 55 and start jogging. An arrow on a whiteboard does not misread the press trigger and step out of the defensive shape because it thought the signal was to hold. Real players are not arrows. Your 2 10s found each other in the same half space in the 14th minute and just stood there. The opposition center back looked at them, looked at the ball, looked back at them, and walked forward with the ball for 6 yards because he could not believe this was happening either. 6 yards, unopposed, in a professional match. The corner flag has done more tactical work today than your number 10. Now let's talk about the build-up, because the formation's problems don't start in the final third. They start at the back. 3 center backs in possession means you should be able to play out with comfort. 1 center back pins the striker, 1 steps forward to receive, 1 covers. Triangle. Simple. Guardiola has been doing this since 2008. Your 3 center backs passed the ball between themselves for so long the stadium started doing the wave out of boredom. One of them played a ball to the other. He passed it back. He passed it forward again. The third one wasn't sure if this was a drill. It felt like a drill. It was not a drill. It was a competitive fixture. Eventually, your deepest midfielder dropped to help. Now you have 4 defenders against their 1 striker, which is statistically very safe. Tactically, it means you have created a 4-0-6 formation, and your 4 midfielders have relocated to the opposition half without the ball and without instructions. Your striker is still standing up there, still waiting. He has started doing small stretches to stay warm. At halftime, your manager made 1 substitution. He took off the left wing back and brought on a right midfielder. This solved no problems that existed and created 2 that didn't. Your new right midfielder played the entire second half like a man who had been given the wrong map in a foreign city. Technically moving, clearly going somewhere, absolutely not there yet. 3 minutes into the second half, your own central midfielder asked the referee which way you were attacking. The referee pointed. Your midfielder nodded, then went the other way by mistake. This is not exaggeration, this is just football. The formation made no sense. The players knew it. The fans knew it. The opposition knew it, and they scored twice through the exact channels your shape was supposed to protect. The two half spaces your tens were meant to occupy exploited both of them in the same move. That's almost impressive from the opposition. That's almost art. Your manager, interviewed after the match, said the team was tactically excellent for 60 minutes. He said the shape worked as planned in the first half. He said he saw positive signs. 60 minutes of tactical excellence produced 0 shots on target, 1 corner, and a midfielder who still doesn't know which direction to attack. But sure, positive signs, same manager, same clipboard, same smug face at training on Monday morning, a new whiteboard, new arrows, a fresh set of half spaces that will not be used correctly. And somewhere in that dressing room, a number 10 is already dreading the team meeting. Because the plan hasn't changed. It's never the plan. It's always the players. That's the formation that confused everyone, including the players.